Some of you are still young to understand this. I was talking to a mother recently. She took her children to the best schools, best private schools, somewhere in the nation out here. These kids have had the best opportunity in life. This mother came from the poorest place in this nation. Poorest place. People who come from there don't come out. And somehow by God's grace, she made it, went into a UK and has built. She didn't have much, but everything she earns, she wants her children to have the best education. And you walk into your room, and your boy is taking weed. He's smoking weed. He's smoking his destiny away. This little boy has no clue the sacrifices of this mother. You're taken aback to their birth, the joys they brought in your home, the schools you went to. Perhaps in high school they messed up and they were suspended from one school and then you took them to another. Those days when the last penny on your account was what could pay that term fees. But they will never understand it because you came to school in a nice car. Perhaps they realized they were more advantaged than other kids. The times you went through financial crisis and they never knew because you could not tell them they were children. The time they asked for pocket money and you could not give them much because what they were asking for was the very capital you needed to pay the fees. And the kid says, my father is selfish. Every time he comes home with bundles, but he gives me very little pocket money. But they don't know that that 10 million of bundle was all the capital you had. Then you take them to school. And then you hear that your child has been expelled. He was caught jumping the fence back into the school. He broke out at midnight with his friends and he went to club. And then you look at the children your child broke out with, and you realize that these children, these parents' kids, have made so much that some of those kids, they never need to work in their own lifetime. And you look at your son, and you realize that he is all you have. He's the firstling of everything, a primogenitor at that. Perhaps you've taken him to school to have the education he never had the opportunity to have. Some of us, the people, some of the things we gave them or give them, we never had an opportunity. We didn't have the fathers they have. We didn't have the patience we gave them. We were not given the long suffering we had with them. And then somebody wakes up and they do something. And as a parent, your heart sinks. Because you're like, I wish my daughter knew that she's an orphan. I wish she knows that I'm a single mother and I have nobody in the world to help me. I wish she knew I'm alone, even though their father is alive. I wish this boy understood that the money I gave them, I had to sell my property. And lo and behold, he has been gotten with the richest kids. They have suspended them. These kids are going to leave an inferior school and their parents are going to take them to Miami because they're too stubborn in Uganda. Do you understand what I'm saying? And with you, you're going to have to borrow money for the next term and look for a school and carry the shame of a son who has never understood the sorrow you carry in your heart and the dream you have for them. How does that woman grieve to see loss? Because this boy has started drugs, and chances are he's going to take them until one day he's 35 and is in rehab. And the brain is fried. He'll never be the father she dreamed. He'll never be the grandfather, the son she should know, the one who should look after her in old age to pay her of all her sacrifices and hard labor, the sweat and blood of her seed is dying before her eyes and there's nothing she can do. Paul says, my spiritual children, for whom I labor for in birth pangs until Christ be formed in you. So the pain, many of you are mothers, or some of you are mothers, that pain you feel when you're pushing, especially your first child. Paul likens that pain to the pain he carries for some people in church. And I tell you, apostolically, those are tears. There are things that make me weep. If there are things that I've wept over, if there are things of whose scars I can reveal, is the years that you would invest in someone. And you give everything you know. You're waiting for them. You're tarrying for them. You're fasting for them. You're giving everything for them. And then they wake up and do something or say something that actually reveals to you they never understood. They never understood. It's like you're in a relationship for years. Some of you are married, understand this. Then your spouse says something. You're like, wow, after all of these years, you don't understand me. After all of these years we've been together, he doesn't understand me. How could he think I said that? Aha, you see that feeling? How could he assume that's what I meant? So like it would happen in your marriage, it happens with God all the time. And sometimes there are things we do or say, and heaven is like, how could she have not understood? How come this person was connected to such a great thing and they did not understand it? Why were they blind before what God had placed in their lives?